Hello! Today we are talking with two wonderful girls, the co-authors of Dimash for his new song, Love in You. The lyrics for the song have been written by head of Mexican fan club Hilde Wöller and professional singer and songwriter Regina de Ovando.
Hello, my name is Regina de Ovando. I am a Mexican singer-songwriter. And
Hello, I am Dr. Hilde Wöller, and I am a psychobioneurologist, a very big deal of Dimash.
At the film festival in Mumbai, Dimash explained why he responded to the requests of Spanish-speaking dears to sing a song in their language.
Можно попробовать и на других языках спеть, и попробовать дать дань уважения этому народу, той аудитории, которая тебя поддерживает. Я считаю, что любой артист должен быть благодарен зрителям. Надо стараться петь на разных языках, для разных аудиторий.
Of course, it is beautiful to listen to him in our language. Of course, I think that happens with every dears. Of course, when he's singing in Russian, when he's singing in Chinese, in Japanese, of course, it is beautiful when you listen to your favorite, special, outstanding artist singing in your own language. It amazes me the love that Dimash has for his dears, that he's always trying to please us. That happened last year through the Japanese jazz concert, when he sang the song that we are used to listen to in Chinese in Japanese, just to please his dears. He's always trying to do that. That is so beautiful for him. Really, he has a very special soul, and the way he loves his dears, I have never seen that before in my life. And I love music, and I have been in love with different artists and different bands, but I have never encountered one artist as outstanding, as complete and Dimash, but as loving as he is with us, his dears.
Because he gives himself to the audience, and he tries to connect with the people, like not only with his music, but by learning the language,
or by not learning, but
by singing,
singing.
The language of other countries.
Of course, it connects different. It happens to you, I am sure. When you listen to him singing in Russian, it is different than when you listen to him singing in other language, even though I am sure you know the lyrics as I do, as every dear does. It is different because it is the language where you were brought up. So it is, and he does that to connect, as Regina points out, to connect directly with your soul. So that is a beautiful work of love from Dimash.
This wonderful story began at 25th of August, when Dr. Hilde got a phone call from Kazakhstan embassy in Mexico. She was inquired about the possibility of writing lyrics in Spanish for the new song for Dimash, who was hoping to present his new song at solo concert in Almaty in 1 month.
First find out, I felt very grateful with God, and grateful with Dimash, and very grateful with Dr. Hilde, that is here by my side, because she was actually the one that made the call to me and that told me, Regina, they are asking me for this assignment. The embassy of Kazakhstan here in Mexico had this call, and I am asking some of the people that I know that are songwriters to help me with this. Would you like to help us with this? And I said, yes, of course. I would love to make this assignment. And why did I even want to do this? How could I not want to do this and collaborate in a piece of work and art of one of the most amazing talent of the world today? So it has been an honor to me. I am very grateful, and thank you, Hilde, thank you, Dimash, and thank you to the Embassy of Kazakhstan in Mexico. Actually, I was not expecting anything. It was like a total surprise for me. And from the repertoire of Dimash, which songs do I like the most are the SOS. I also love Stranger. I love Aquilium, Fly Away. And the new song, I really enjoy it a lot, the Requiem, the story of one sky. I like it very much, and most because of all of the meaning behind of the song.
And the ones that I love most is the one that speaks about his land, Amanat. Amanat is one of the endearing songs for me, and also Mahabat Bermagan. Those are the two that are deep into my heart. Every song that Dimash has sing has a place inside my soul. Every song that he puts out always finds a beautiful place in my heart. But those are the special ones. And of course, the new one, the story of one sky, and of course, the one that is in Spanish, El Amor En Ti. You're asking about the song that Regina produced for him. It was not lyrics. She didn't send lyrics to Dimash. She created a song in a bolero style, right? That is a very specific Mexican style music. But it was the whole thing. She wrote the music, she wrote the lyrics, and she sang it, and she produced.
A demo version of the vocal part recorded by Dimash was provided by his team. They also explained Dimash's idea for the context as good and evil, light and darkness in the human being.
Of course that I accept the idea of the song because
That was a task, the assignment.
Was the assignment and the task. As a songwriter, you need to do what the artist, the composer wants you to talk about in the song, what he wanted to express in his song. And of course, I couldn't argue about that. And I actually loved the idea and the theme.
No, fue escrita para él.
O sea, it was a song that was written for him, and we both tried to make an interpretation of what is like
what he was asking us to do. If you know a little about Dimash, you can understand that he's always trying to put out his heart and what he believes it is important. And for him, what it is important is humanity, love among people, peace, respect among nations. So it was not really difficult to understand what he was trying to express when he told us what the theme of the music was. No, there was no contact at the beginning. They just send the music, as Regina told you, on Saturday night. Then she worked Saturday, Sunday. We polished it on Monday morning, and then she recorded it. And I made a translation from Spanish and English. We sent the whole thing, and then they came back. It was like at noon on Monday, and then they answered back at 8 at night that Dimash was delighted with the lyrics and that he was going to record it.
Yeah, but we never had like a contact with Dimash. It was all with the team of Dimash, and that's the way it worked.
That's the way he works. Yes,
and I believe it's. First, the Dimash team sent me the song with his humming, and I had to feel the song. I mean, I overplayed it many times to understand what was the composition of the song, how was it structured, where was the contrast of the song. And then my mind started like delivering ideas with the theme that Dimash asked to write about. And it didn't took me only 5 hours. It was Saturday night, like all of the night. Then it was all Sunday. And then by Sunday night, I mean, it was not by Sunday night, it was in Sunday morning. I actually called Hilde and I said, Hilde, I need your help in this assignment because you know Dimash soul. I mean, you have been following his work, giving conferences and talking about Dimash. I mean, years back. You are the president of Dimash Mexico, and you know Dimash. So I gave like a lot of ideas into the melody of the song, but then it was Hilde who really helped me polish all of the work that I have been doing like Sunday.
Through the Sunday. So what we did, we polished those concepts and ideas, what we felt inside of our hearts, what the Dimashers wanted to express to the world, and that happened on Monday morning. But I really want to be very poignant in insisting that it is not words. There are really deep concepts about the human soul and about what is inside of us, in every human being. We are built up with light and with obscurity inside of us, and it is a choice to step on in light and to live your life through respect, through love, through peace, etc. I believe that Dimash represents the Kazakh culture. He cannot represent the Russian culture, the Chinese culture, the Japanese culture, the Italian culture, the French culture, the Mexican or Spanish-speaking people culture. He can only represent his Kazakh culture. And to be able to sing in those different languages, what it gives him the opportunity to connect cultures. That's what he does. He's connecting people. He's connecting countries. He's connecting souls and different upbringings of human beings through his music. He just said it, I think it was yesterday, that music is a language in itself. Mm-hmm. That's a quote from India, from the panel of India. Music is a language of itself. It doesn't matter what language you are speaking, you are singing. Music is a language in itself, and we are delighted to listening to him speaking in Spanish. And if you are asking about the Latin American culture, we are different, very different in our culture, from Mexico down to Argentina. We all have different styles of music. So it is not a matter of if he's representing any culture, but his culture. But what he's doing is he's bringing together different type of cultures. That's what is amazing about him also. We, of course, we sent the song in Spanish and in English, and she recorded the song.
Yes, I recorded like the melody with what Dimash sent. Of course, my voice is not as beautiful as Dimash's.
No, it is beautiful. She has the most wonderful voice.
But I tried like to sort of recreate what he sent it, so he could understand how was the phrasing. Also, I mean, how the words in Spanish were supposed to sound.
And no, we didn't need to send any explanation at all. The lyrics are very explicit, and he loved it. Sorry, I put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Yes, of course, I will sing a little part of the song. Just give me 1 second, and I'll sing it to you. Okay. Que mi corazón y mis días de luz te abracen, que este amor en ti vuele con sus alas libres, siente esa luz cuando creas no poder más, ya aquí existe en ti. So I changed it a little part, but
Dimash has a very complete and professional team. He has in his team a girl that speaks a perfect Spanish. I think it is a wrong question because they don't differ. What happened is at the beginning, you need to understand that Spanish is a completely foreign language to Dimash. He speaks Russian, Kazakh, a little bit of Chinese. No, but he sings in Italian, but he doesn't speak that. And now he speaks more fluent English, but Spanish is absolutely foreign to him. So he needed to not only to sing the song, but to understand the lyrics in Spanish in 20 days. So, of course, his pronunciation was not going to be perfect. Every time that I have read about his pronunciation, it really hurts into my soul. Because I don't know if the people that is writing about this, if they even speak Kazakh. I have studied a little bit of Kazakh, and the way that you need to put your tongue is very different of how you need to put your tongue when you speak in Spanish. And also the same letters, they are expressed in a different way in Kazakh and Spanish. So I think his pronunciation is beautiful. After the lyrics came out, then the Spanish-speaking people could understand what he was singing, but not in the whole song, but maybe 2 or 3 phrases. And when you read the lyrics in Spanish, then you can listen that he's exactly singing that. So the confusion was before the song was out. I remember this happened also with a song that Lara Fabian wrote, and that Dimash is presented with Mr. Crutoy, that even Crutoy put out the lyrics in his Instagram because we couldn't understand exactly what he was saying, but after the lyrics were out, then it was perfectly obvious what he was singing. So I really want to applaud to Dimash, because even though the Spanish is completely foreign to him, he went ahead and put himself out there singing in Spanish, and his accent is just beautiful.
well, to me, as I said in the last interview that they made us, it was like just keeping a ball of magic in my hands, and right here with me. I mean, we couldn't talk about it, and also we had to respect the work of Dimash. I mean, he and the team of Dimash were the ones who had to share it to the people,
To the world.
to the world, because that is the way that it must be. I mean, it's his work. To me, we also collaborate, but
It's his work.
It's his work. It wouldn't
It's his
exist.
piece of art, not ours.
That's right. So yes, keeping the secret, it was like the most wonderful, like it was having like eating something only for me. You know what I mean? Like really cherishing this gift
Yes.
by myself and
Between us, because we didn't share it with no one. No one knew about this, but she, me, and of course, Mr. Olshas, that is the president of the embassy of Kazakhstan in Mexico. We three were the only ones that knew about this, and for me, it was the most endearing time, I need to say, to hold this piece of art in my heart with Regina and with Olshas, knowing that the world were going to be outstanding, we're going to be impressed with this music, because we knew about it. The first time that I saw that I listened to the music with the humming, the first 2 rounds I cried, of course, because it is so deep, it reaches you really inside of your soul. So it was the most endearing moments to hold this, as Regina put it, this ball of magic in our heart and in our hands, and waiting for Dimash to present it when it suited him. So it was beautiful, really.
And also I want to say that it was like also beautiful to know that this great artist, this very talented human being, was getting close to the Latin American ears and the people also from Spain and other people who speak Spanish. It is like such a gift that Dimash gets close to
his Latin ears. Yes, it is a gift of love for Spanish-speaking ears, really. And he didn't think about his pronunciation. He didn't even care that the language was completely foreign to him. He just wanted to do it out of love. That is how Dimash works, out of love. It's a creation of Dimash. This song was created in his soul first and in his heart, and then he wrote the music knowing that he wanted the lyrics in Spanish. No, of course not.
No, and all the performance, the way he even said it was theatrical, magical. It is a great expression of what the human
soul is. He's a genius. Yeah. Of course, we didn't know anything. I mean, we didn't ask ourselves about it. Did we talk about that? No.
We only gave like the lyrics
that he asked for, and that was it. And we, of course, we never even thought about it. He's the genius of the song. He's the genius of the music throughout the world today. Well, I went to Kazakhstan. I was actually at the beautiful and outstanding concert. And I was not expecting anything, actually. I was just flying on the clouds, knowing that I had put just a drop of something into this wonderful creation that Dimash did. So I was not with any expectation. So the minute that the music started, I knew it was a song. And then when this gorgeous and wonderful Dimash dressed in black appeared, I just started crying. I cried through the whole thing, and the people that was around me, that they were Kazakh. One of the women that was beside me, she turned her head, and then she saw that I was really crying hard, and then she started to pat me on my shoulder, and then I cried more. It was there are no words to express what happened to me. It was like this whole theatrical magic music just went through my soul, and all of us that we were there, they were in silence, really paying attention to what Dimash was presenting in this outstanding way. That was how it was for me. Now, how it was for you?
Well, to me, I got to see the video, right? Because I got to see, like, Hilde shared with me a video that she told me, don't share it with anyone. Let's keep it for ourselves till the team of Dimash shares it with the world. And well, when I first saw the video, to me, I also was mind blown away. I mean, I was not even understanding if it was an hologram that was singing it, or if it was Dimash singing, and then I saw the appearance of another Dimash singing like the light of the sort of the light part of the theme, and then, well, at first the dark part of the theme, and then like this human, well, the red Dimash. To me it was, and till this day, and I think that for the rest of my life, it's going to be something that it's going to be very, very special every time that I see it, every time that I listen to the song. And even the way that he sang it was so much more powerful, because he even encouraged like a pop style at the end, and some very high notes, like an opera high notes, like in the main bridge of the song. So to me, it was also a beautiful, because it was like a gift. It was like and also like a magic gift that went also through my heart, through my soul, and that I was a little part of it. So I felt again really grateful with Dimash, with God, with Hilde, and with everyone that made this possible, with the Embassy of Kazakhstan too. I want to go to a concert of Dimash, and of course,
but
listen him.
She had a concert in Mexico the same date. That is the only reason why she didn't go. Well, I do believe that Dimash sings cross. He has never sing one style in one song. In his songs, he's always crossing through one style to another. I personally loved the last part, really, because he put another rhythm, and with putting this other rhythm into the audience, we were all almost dancing with him. So that's what he does. I don't know why people keeps asking this question. It seems that they don't know Dimash's art, because if you know Dimash's art, then you understand that he's always changing from one style to another. I thought it was really brilliant. What about you?
No, I'm the same. So I think it was beautiful. I never expected, because I didn't hear those voices in the
demo,
the first demo. So to me, it was a total surprise to listen to these classical voices going high, and then doing this crossover with this pop style at the end. Really really, it was an amazing, well done job. Yes. Performance.
The experience of writing lyrics, what it gave to me was the notion that all human beings were capable of doing things when we do them out of love. I really never in my whole life I thought that I could be co-writing a song, and never in my wild dreams I thought that I could do this for this greatest artist, Dimash, who I love deeply, deeply, and he is in my heart, and he is in my therapy, and all my patients know about him. I use his music in workshops, and so I never thought I could do this. And when I had the opportunity, actually when Regina called, and so on Sunday morning and asked me to help her, my first answer was no. No, you are the specialist. You are a singer, you're a songwriter, you went to Berkeley to study, you have the specialist in lyrics. And then she started to tell me about what Dimash wanted for the theme of the music, and that then I understood why she was asking my help. So for me, it is like reassuring what I try to teach to my students and to the people that I accompany in their life, that when life puts something in your hands, just say yes. Just say yes. Be confident that if life is putting that opportunity in your hands, it's because you can do it, even though you may think it is not possible. For me, it was the most enduring gift of heavens, and of course, through Dimash.
Excellent. And well, to me, it was an enormous and the most beautiful opportunity and gift also that I have ever encountered with in my career. I mean, I've done a lot of things, but this has been like the most big, the most opportunity in my life, and I mean, I was not seeking it, and I believe that life sometimes, I mean, life it is like that. No,
It knows.
Yeah, it knows like when to put all of the things, when to align things to make things possible. And as Hilde says, you need to know that we are capable of doing it, that if life comes with this sort of surprises, you go to get onto roll with them and to give your best, because you never know, I mean, what the results are going to be. And to me, this has been one of the most amazing and beautiful results of all, and is going to be through eternity. So it's amazing, and I am really very, very grateful to Dimash.
That will depend on Dimash and his team.
Yeah, of course.
We are at his service. We all dears are always at Dimash service, and the words and the concepts that he wants to share into the world, to put a little bit of light and conscience in the human heart. So it is up to him. Well, that is for Dimash to say, and from heavens.
Yes.
And if it happens, it's wonderful. If it not happens, it is wonderful also.
Yes, and thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Olga. Thank you very much for this
interview.
Yes. This time.
Dear friends, do not forget to hit thumb up and subscribe to our channel. It helps to promote videos about Dimash on YouTube platform. Goodbye.